hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, "You're too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God."
Welcome again to Straight Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki, and on Straight Talk, what we do, we talk about things happening here in Michigan, the U.S., and abroad, from political, social, and economics. Now, joining me tonight,
Charles Thomas
and
Paget Maynard.
We got a lot to cover here, but Charles, tell us what's coming up at the
Shabazz Academy.
Shabazz Academy.
Yeah, the week before Thanksgiving, the Saturday of the 18th, we're having like a town hall discussion, panel, and we're dealing with the issues of the images that Hollywood portrays of us and the history books have portrayed of us. And it's going to be an open venue. Everybody's invited. And I know Dr. Davis, Dr. Willie Davis has committed to being on the panel. And we have some other prominent people in the community. And it's going to be, it's a much needed thing that we got to discuss as a community about the image that's been portrayed of us. We're not what Hollywood say we are. And people around the world think that we are like Hollywood say we are, but we're not. You can't put a whole people in a box and say all of them are like that.
Right, but you know, people who never been to this country, they see these videos and different things of us.
The music.
Yeah, the music. Oh man, the music really, you know, and they get that image right away. So it's like they know us.
Yeah. And I was fortunate. I was just in China, and they was taking pictures of us as African Americans because they don't see us. Only time they see us is on TV. So the people in Tiananmen Square, you know, they was rushing to take pictures with us, and we were taking pictures with them. You know, so it was interesting. You know, but you know that's how America's put us out there.
You were saying, Paget?
Well, whatever a people portrays another people to be, the rest of the world sees only that, since they have no direct contact. I remember this minister from back in the Caribbean went to England, and kids would come up to him and pinch to see if he's real, if he's a real person, because they had never seen a black person back then. So, what's this? You know?
Yeah.
Is he for real?
Yeah.
Well, when Hollywood said this is what a black man is about, that's all the people know about a black man, and they accept it. That is us. Unfortunately, some of us live up to what Hollywood and others portray us to be.
Right. Yeah, because you acted out. You know, and I had a friend, his name was Billy Gamage.
Okay.
You know, and everybody labeled him the town nuts. You know, you crazy, Billy. You doing this stupid, Billy. You doing, and he acted it out.
That's right.
And eventually he killed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. that's one of the things I you know, nowadays it's something that's really sad now, because and I know and Paget know, 50 years ago, we wasn't looked at like that.
Mhm.
We've always been shown racism against us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no one could simply say they're all like that.
Right.
Okay, I
Right.
put it like that. But here in the last 25, 30 years, we've kind of switched places. I want to, well, I guess I would say switch places, because and I know and Patrick knows, 50 years ago, we were working people.
Mhm. Yeah.
We worked for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we
Pretty much.
wait
Right.
500
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
for nothing.
Yeah.
So, but we would work, and now all of that image that we had back then now has been turned upside down.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember, what's the name of that gangster show? Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
How they was putting drugs in the black community.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, there was a time that we used to have a fight, fist fight.
Yeah.
But we didn't have no guns until
no.
outsiders started selling us guns.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So it's that Hollywood image portraying us, and it makes us look bad, but everybody else benefits from
Oh,
it.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
hospital benefit
Yeah.
from it.
Yep.
The lawyers benefit
Yep.
from it. The undertakers
Yeah.
benefit
Oh,
from
yeah.
it.
Everybody.
The military benefit from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
The penal institution benefit from
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not only that, we used to be a working people, you say,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now we are branded as lazy.
Lazy.
Yeah.
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 A bunch of lazy good
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And therefore, now, look how it turns. We were the ones doing all the work for them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now we can't get a job
Mhm.
because things have come to the point where you can get a salary now rather than doing it for virtually free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, they don't need our labor anymore.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember one white guy told me when I was in my youth, he said that there was a tool that they had in a lumber mill, and they called it a nigger.
Oh, wow.
And so when they needed it, they pick it up and do what they got, and then they put the nigger back until they needed the nigger again.
Oh, man.
That's what they were talking about,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
little stuff like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's when you mention the thing about these movies and all these showing show the people who we are before they get to see us, and we've always been the people who would if somebody was wrong or put out there, we wouldn't say they're all wrong.
Right.
Well,
Nope.
what it was Italian, white or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
we would say that person, but somehow one of us do something, they all do it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you see, and you take that in other, okay, here, those Muslims,
Yeah.
those Arabs,
Yeah. Yeah.
only
Yeah.
a few of them did something wrong.
Yeah.
Those
But the whole,
Muslims,
yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
Now they even say they should not be allowed to be in the Senate.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
might bring Sharia law.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we have safeguards built in.
Yeah.
So you can't just one man, two pen go in there and decide this is what it's going to be.
Good.
Yeah.
No dictatorship.
Right.
And
But-
you go in Christianity, in the Christian world, and in other religions, one person does something in Christianity, them Christians, all of them Christians. No, it's not all of them
No.
doing it.
No.
There's so many who are not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing though. That's the thing is that and we in this country, we simply have that thing, especially when it's a non-white.
Mhm.
If it's a non-white, then they all do it.
Mhm.
Those Mexicans.
Yeah, the Mexicans, the blacks, whatever they can
What-
throw at us
What-
at the lowest,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, just like that lady you were talking about earlier about the rapper.
Oh,
And the way the music industry is going now, rapping used to be a message in it, a positive message. But with these rappers now, it's just ludicrous. It's
Yeah.
just it's a put down
Yeah.
of your own
oh yeah,
self
yeah.
and how you live and how you look at life.
Yeah.
And it's a negative thing,
Yeah.
not a positive thing.
No.
Back in the day, you can get a conversation out of listening to some music,
Hey, look,
but you can't even understand what they're saying
Ike
now.
Hayes and all those guys
Yeah.
back then.
Go back to the early rappers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a
And
message.
There was a message
Yeah.
that you could have taken,
Yep.
Yeah.
which was positive.
Yeah.
Right.
But everything come to be so filthy now.
Yeah, you don't want your
that
kids to listen to it.
Oh no.
You really can't even listen them
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
No, and I was listening to the station out of Detroit, and this guy who was the DJ, who was the DJ, was on for a couple of hours. He was saying that for him, he didn't like the whole thing of her getting an award in Detroit, when she's not from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So why was she getting an award? And the thing about it is the record she's got.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
record she's
yeah,
got out. You
Yeah.
know.
And not only that, what happened, the reason why she probably got that award is because the promoters are paying people to promote this lady,
Yeah.
this rapper.
Yeah.
It's all money ain't good money.
No.
And
no.
then when you can convince somebody, if I'll give you $500,000 if you make black folks look this bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it
and,
is.
And if you can turn black children into this kind of mold,
Yeah.
then I'll pay you another $1 million.
Yeah.
And that's what the record industry is doing to the black community, and we just sitting back letting it
Yeah.
happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We should block it like you can block a phone call, block that music.
Right. And the thing about it is that as I was listening to the phone calls coming in, there were, and in probably 45 minutes, I probably heard maybe two older, I could tell by the way, I could tell the sound of the voice, they were older, okay?
Adults, yeah.
Right. They were saying she shouldn't have got anything, shouldn't have been in Detroit, and they were saying it's good she, had some success, but look what the success come from, and look how, I mean, it's like if I go out there and sell $100,000 worth of drugs, I've had success, but look what I've done,
Yeah.
So that's what
Poison the people.
yeah,
Right.
that's
yeah, and that's what the type of music that they're putting out there is like a drug to our youth, because
Poisoning them.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's messing their minds up,
Yeah.
and they won't come out of that for generations and after generations.
Yeah.
Then they'll be indoctrinated their offspring. So it's it's an ongoing thing. That image thing comes back into play.
Yeah.
That's why we got to address it, and that's what we're trying to do over at Shabazz Academy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amen.
You were saying, Patrick.
I amen to that. I agree with him. But talking about giving, I'll give you $500,000 for this, and then I'll give you $1 million when you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So we're selling out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it comes to. As long as I make the money,
Yeah.
I don't care how,
Yep.
I don't care the impact.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
So what does that say about me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If all I could do is as long as I get the money, I
Yeah,
don't care how
yeah.
it comes,
Right.
and I
And-
don't care about you.
Right. Yeah. I want the bling. I want the fame.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
You
yeah.
know? And if anything else, I'll go back and, if it's damaging, I'll go back and apologize.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that's
sorry if it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
that's what has happened to us. You know, and I know, and all of us know that, as you were saying, you know, back 35, 40 years ago, 40-some years ago, the rappers then they were saying about, they was talking positive, you know.
Yeah.
And now, all these other races of people out here who raps and everything, you know, Hispanics and all of them, you know.
Yeah.
But we're the only one who be using the N and
Bees.
Tell you
B's.
something.
Yeah.
Back
Hoes.
years
Mhm.
ago in the Caribbean, you have the calypso.
Yeah.
And when you listen to a calypso, I mean, it was a political, social commentary.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, at one point, I was trying to get certain songs from back home, which were pretty much delving into American history.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about Kennedy and Nixon, the election.
Yeah.
Kennedy is the man for them.
Mhm.
And several others.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
got about trouble in the Congo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you
Yeah.
listen to this, I have a daughter. She just hear a song one moment and she got it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I said, well, okay, if I get these, she'll grasp some of our history.
Mhm. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never was able to get them.
Yeah.
So, but the whole thing is, now you listen to a calypso, and to be honest, they're filthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
listen to the rap nowadays,
Yeah.
it's filthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nothing uplifting like before.
no. And they think the thing is now is that the most degrading and filthy it is, you know,
Oh, yeah.
that
They
sells
love
that
Yeah.
sells
Yeah.
more.
The
you know.
popularity.
They love it.
Yeah. And they
Yeah.
promote it.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
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 You know, and you know, I don't think I'll say what I started to
Yeah,
say, but
yeah.
but we look at the people who are doing the singing and everything of this music. But we
Yeah.
look at the producers.
Distribution.
Yeah, we look at the producers.
Yeah. They're making the money.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
But the singers are just pawns.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I hate to say this, but most of them are Jewish people behind the scenes, making tons of money and exploiting the black people, like they've always
Yeah.
done.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 You
Oh
know.
Lord, help us.
Yeah.
I mean-
and all of them ain't bad. But
No.
You know,
Yeah,
that
but they
simply says,
like
man,
money.
We really have to take some time and think. Like there was a song, a gospel song that says, "It's time to stop, look, and listen."
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, because if we don't do that, we are gonna keep going down that slippery slope
Yeah.
and no return.
Right. And I like to say this too, that we are all connected.
Mhm. Yeah.
What I do reflects you.
Mhm.
That's the way the world
And
sees it.
impacts me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's an impact.
Yeah.
For every action, there's an opposite and equal
Yeah,
reaction.
That's right.
Yeah.
What goes around comes around.
That's it.
So I can't get mad at Jewish people, white people. And we are doing it to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You know, Charles, you're right. We have to stop blaming others.
Right.
that's it. That's
And
it.
look at ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
Hey,
the mirror.
take a good look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Whose dirty face
Yeah.
is in there?
Yeah.
Mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
You
if
know?
it's my dirty face, why am I coming to wash yours?
Right.
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 Yeah.
I need to wash
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah.
That was
That's-
Michael
And if we
Jackson
would
said.
stop
Yeah.
and look at
Yeah.
it, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
Is that what the Bible said? Look at the log in your eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's a thing though. We've got this thing now where if I can get up, I don't care about you. You know.
Nope.
And that's the type of thing we're in now. You know. Long as I can make it up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't care if
Yeah.
nobody else.
Right. It's all individualism
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
instead of collective.
Right. And
Yeah.
that's where we at.
Yeah, it's selfishness.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Big time.
yeah, and it's sad because that's the trend that we set in or been molded in. At one time, you know, if you go back into our history, and you look at the Sphinx and the pyramids and all that, you couldn't build nothing like that dysfunctional
That's
or
it.
divided.
No.
You had to be on one page,
Yep.
one accord,
Hey.
Yes.
to build structures that still
Yeah.
exist today.
Hey.
Tower of Babel,
You know,
Yeah,
they were working
they were
together.
working together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just amazing the things that we, as a race of people, have done. And we look at the line over here, but we're at the back of the line now.
Yeah.
Now, how is that possible?
I don't know how it's possible, but it did.
Yeah.
They rope-a-doped us.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this: all these nations
They give
that are
us the
so
alley.
yeah, sing, float like a butterfly, sing like a bee. We got the sting, babe. But if you look at all these nations that got wealth off of the black of the African American
Yeah.
labor, Portugal, France, England,
Yep.
America,
Yep.
all these countries, 400 years of free labor, and they call us lazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when they
Oh,
got
yeah.
when they got to the point that they could take over, then they form unions,
Yeah.
and then they're not allowed you to
Right.
use your trade.
Yep. Hey. Yep.
Yeah.
They raped the island.
Yeah.
Take all the wealth.
Yeah.
They went over to Africa, they raped the African continent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take the wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, when it's about nothing left,
Yeah.
okay, you can have.
Yeah.
You can be independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can do it. Like, we're independent, but we're still tied
Yeah.
to
Right,
what
right,
Mother Britain.
right. And they got the wealth, and they throwing crumbs from the rich man's table.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and we jumping on one another to get
Yeah.
the crumbs.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
no wonder that they want to say, yeah, Lord, even the dogs.
Yeah, dog lick your wound.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing,
Yeah.
we have got to come to grips with ourselves.
Right. Yeah. And that's
We
what.
could-
Yeah, the story of the prodigal son.
Yeah.
When he realized when he was shoveling pig shit, you know, he said, "I'm going back to my daddy,"
Wait
and his
a
daddy was
second.
waiting on him.
But you realize something, Charles, since you've gone into that? He left what was good.
Right.
And how many of us today not leaving home, going someplace else, figuratively
Yeah.
and literally,
Yeah.
and catching our royal?
Yeah.
And we recognize we're having difficulties. And instead of trying to go back home,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, I'm too big to go back home, I'm proud.
Pride.
And we end up in the big yard,
Yeah.
the slammer. Now, like you said earlier, who is benefiting from us?
Right. Yeah.
Prison.
Yeah.
Prison. Yeah.
You come out, I looked at Lockdown Rock last night,
Mhm.
last night or night before.
Mhm.
And there was this guy. He used to be a white supremacist, Aryan race.
Yeah.
And in prison, he decided he's done. He's resigning out of that. He's getting rid of everything that resembles that.
No, hate.
Because that's not the kind of person I want to be.
Right.
Do you know that not long after he was given a threat, and this person gave him a weapon, a knife, in prison, because we're coming to get you.
Yeah.
They'll be coming. We don't know when, but he knew they were coming.
Yeah.
For his own safety, they had to put him in, like,
Solitary
as it were,
confinement.
the inner stocks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he knew when he gets out. He bent on going out, but he knew when he gets out, he's gonna be a dead man.
Yeah,
He
price
either
on his-
have to kill some or he gonna be killed.
Right.
And he said it is either kill or be killed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sure.
And it's sad. It's sad.
Mhm.
But hate is prominent.
Mhm.
When you live a life of hate, you gotta really focus or channel your energy on things that will promote hate.
Mhm.
And when you get to a certain age and you see that it ain't benefiting you, and it's hard to come out of it. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You see, I remember this young woman. She used to be in Satanism, and she said, "When you're with Satan, you get what you want. but you're going to pay a price.
Right.
And it's not an easy price to pay.
Right.
It's mean.
Yeah.
So watch out, brother.
Watch out what you ask for, because you might get it.
Yeah. We got 3 or 4 minutes. Where we at now, Charles? Because I go a lot of places. You go a lot of places. You go, Patrick. You go a lot of places. But I see a lot of us in these different places, but some of the same thing going on. So where are our young people at now? I'm generalizing, but it's just a lot of them. I see a lot of them. So what do you think?
Well, I think we're on the road to nowhere. And only thing that we know, like when you're coming up as a child, we only know what white America has taught us and exposed us to. We don't know our history. We don't know who we are as a people. We don't want to console one another. Or when you try to correct somebody, you can't tell me nothing. It's a lot of self-hate in the black community. And until we can put all that aside and let's focus on coming out of this dark hole that somebody else put us in, because this is not who we are as a people. We are much better than this, but you won't know that until you read your history and believe in yourself and start loving yourself and do something for yourself. We got to have economics.
Patrick?
Man, we are repeating the same old course. And it's just generation after generation, because nobody took the time out to look at the situation and the history, our background, and help to steer our youngsters into the direction that they ought to be going in. You see, if my parents were doing nothing but drunk all day, every day, it's not unlikely that I would be a drunk. Because that's the normal thing. And I can tell you an example. This guy, he was the sweetest thing anybody could have had to take home to their mother. Got married. Very next day, he had let the wife know, well, he's married now, so he could do whatever he wants to with her. And think it's okay to beat her. Well, of course, he learned that was not the way with that particular woman.
Yeah.
Don't you dare put your hand there. You know? And the whole thing is, his rationale is, well, that's what I see my stepfather did. My stepfather was beating up on my mother, therefore it's okay for me to beat up on my wife. That's all I know.
Right.
Tell
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.